Good morning and welcome to Royal City Nursery. This is our community garden that we're going to be planting in today. And what I want to talk about is leggy tomatoes. And you may take a look at that and say, ew, really? But this is a stage where I love planting the tomatoes because we can do some funky things that will actually make it grow stronger in the long run. Most of the times when I ask you to plant something, or when you're asking me, how do I plant? I'll always say dig your hole twice as wide but the very same depth. You don't want to be going up with soil up the root of a plant under normal conditions. Tomatoes are not normal. What a tomato has, and similar to the potato, they're in the same family, is that up along the stem, we've got some little knobbies growing here. Those are the start of what are called adventitious roots. And adventitious roots are roots that grow on the stem of a plant that can form a separate function from your main root system of the plant. I'm going to take advantage of those, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just pinch off a bunch of these leaves. And an added bonus, this one's already kind of growing sideways, because this one I'm going to plant in a trench. So here in the garden, I've given it a drink. I always give the plants a drink before I plant them so that their root, the soil around the root is nicely saturated. Comes out of the pot nice and easily as well. This one I'm going to put in a trench lying down. So I've dug my slit in the landscape fabric sideways, and I'm going to dig, remove, going to amend my soil with some of the vegetable mix for putting in beds, just to add in some of the nutrition. Otherwise I'd be adding peat moss and manure or compost. This already has it, so I'm putting that in there, blending it with the soil. Got a nice long deep trench, squeezing it out, and I'm lying that plant right down in there. So he's laying down, and all along that stem is where those adventitious roots are going to grow outwards into the soil around it. So now, not only does this plant have the root system at the bottom, which is still going to grow and gather nutrients, but those adventitious roots are going to grow sideways, laterally, and gather in nutrients and water. So it's just an extra way to get a super sturdy plant. Growing point is right here, so it's just going to keep going up from there. Don't forget to put in your tag of who you have planted where. If you don't have the space to go sideways, we can go down. Okay, and this works nicely in a container pot as well, but I'm still going to use the community garden. So digging your hole, we are going to go deeper than the pot so that we can really take advantage of those adventitious roots in a vertical manner. Get down nice and deep. Pluck off a bunch of the leaves so that they're not underground. And down we go. We're nice and deep. And nice and sturdy. Again with the sign. And to finish off, I'm putting in my root rescue. Root rescue, great when planting anything. It doesn't actually help anything in the brassica family, so broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and cabbages. There's no strict advantage, but it's not going to hurt them either. So when I'm watering my garden, when I first put it in, I put it on everything. It's not just trees and shrubs. So it does turn my water brown, but all those beneficial microorganisms are now going into the soil, getting that all along the root system. Now my tomatoes are planted. Enjoy, and we'll see you soon. Take care.